The world is not malfunctioning. It is operating precisely according to its design. If you are drained, if you wake up every day, grinding until your vision blurs and your inner resolve splinters, yet you are standing in the same financial position you occupied years ago, you are not experiencing a bug in the system. You are experiencing a rule so rigid, so impersonal, and so hidden that nearly everyone lives their entire life beneath it without ever realizing it exists. They accept the illusion. The comforting lullaby whispered into their minds from childhood. The promise that effort guarantees reward. That obedience ensures safety. That if you follow the path laid out for you, the system will eventually take care of you. Look around. Study the faces packed into public transport each morning. Look at intelligent, capable people suffocating under debt. Look at those who did everything right and still live one unexpected bill away from collapse. Does this look like a system that rewards virtue? Does wealth chase effort? No. Money does not pursue effort. It does not follow morality. It does not chase talent. Money flows toward position. This is the law of position, and it explains why some accumulate endlessly while others simply wear themselves down. The wealthy are not superior workers. Many exert far less effort than you do. They are not blessed with some mystical intelligence you lack. They simply stand on a different coordinate within the structure of power. They are upstream. You are downstream. And in a world governed by gravity, no amount of effort, belief, or motivation can force a river to reverse its direction. Most people spend their lives battling physics. They stand beneath a waterfall, hands cupped, hoping to catch enough to survive, confused by the violence of the flow, crushed by its force. They never look upward. They never notice that someone above them has simply redirected the stream. That person is not scrambling for drops. They are controlling the current. They are not fighting the water. They have placed themselves where the water works for them. If you want to change your financial reality, you do not need more discipline. You do not need earlier mornings. You do not need to grind yourself into the ground. You need to pause. You need to step back. You need to look at the terrain. Because you are fighting from the low ground against opponents who own the elevation. Today, we dismantle the myth of meritocracy. We dissect the cult of hard work. And we examine the world through the lens of Niccolò Machiavelli. Not as a moral philosopher, but as a structural engineer of power. This is not to humiliate you. It is to show you the bars of the cage, because escape only becomes possible once the prison is visible. To understand why you are stuck, you must grasp the difference between creation and capture. This is the fracture line that traps the talented in poverty. Society trains you to create. You are told to master skills, add value, be useful, be the best employee, be indispensable. Creation is idolized, but the system does not reward creation. It rewards capture. Creation generates force. Capture harnesses it. Imagine a hydroelectric dam. The river is talent, labor, motion. The river produces power, but the river is unpaid. The dam is paid. The dam does not move. It does not struggle. It occupies a choke point where the flow has no alternative. Because of position alone, it captures the energy produced by the river. You are the river. You move, strain, erode yourself against resistance, generating power that lights cities you will never own. Because you do not control the choke point, you leave your energy behind. This is why wealth concentrates. The rich are not the force. They are the structure. They invest their energy into acquiring positions where value must pass. Once secured, accumulation becomes automatic, structural. It no longer depends on effort. This is what Machiavelli understood about the state. The ruler may change, but if the structure is intact, power remains. Authority resides in the position, not the person. Place an average individual in a high-leverage role, and wealth follows. Place a genius in a low-leverage role, and he earns wages. Look at any corporation. At the base is the technician, the one who executes. They write the code, repair the engine, perform the operation. Their leverage is one-to-one. No work, no income. Above them is the coordinator, leveraging the labor of many. Above that is strategy, determining direction. At the top sits ownership. Ownership does nothing. Ownership simply holds equity. Its leverage is unlimited. It earns while asleep. This is not conspiracy. It is mechanics. Output funnels upward. Gravity favors position. Rage will not alter physics. You cannot shame gravity into reversing. You have two options: remain the current or become the structure. Machiavelli distinguished between skill and circumstance. Modern culture worships skill alone. Get better, become undeniable, but skill without position is wasted. Talent means nothing in the wrong terrain. The wealthy do not obsess over skill. They obsess over placement. Because position multiplies skill, your outcomes are determined by skill and effort, multiplied by position. If position is near zero, everything else collapses. This is why the working class burns out. They max effort and ability, but multiply it by nothing. Skill does not scale. Ownership does. Time is finite. Structures are not. Pride and exhaustion is not virtue. It is inefficiency. Suffering does not convert into wealth. The system does not accept pain as currency. Why don't people move? Because the bottom is crowded, and crowds feel safe. Identity forms around struggle. Leaving means abandoning comfort, certainty, and moral narratives. Many would rather be righteous and poor than accountable and wealthy. The rich do not play fair fights. They play sieges. They build walls. They control supply lines. They wait. To move, you must stop seeing yourself as labor and start seeing yourself as an allocator of resources, time, attention, energy. Most sell these cheaply. Outliers invest them into leverage, relationships, access, systems. Every industry has a bottleneck. Find it, stand there, control it. If you cannot own the asset, become the gatekeeper. Access is power, distribution is power, attention is power. If your absence would cause collapse, you gain leverage. If you are replaceable, your income is capped. Risk is misunderstood. Employment is fragile. Ownership is resilient. The wealthy diversify positions. Safety is control, not stability. You do not climb ladders, you traverse terrain. From labor to leverage, from execution to structure, and you cannot work your way into ownership. You must change income type, not income size. The wealthy buy time first, the poor buy comfort. The difference is not effort, it is position. Finally, understand this. Once you rise, new dangers appear. Power attracts predators. Defense becomes art. That comes next. If this revealed something uncomfortable, good. That means it worked. Some truths cannot be shared publicly. Those are reserved for those who seek structure, not motivation. Most will stop here. That is by design. If this resonated, understand why. Not because it was comforting, but because it revealed structure where others offer noise. Most people are not looking for truth. They are looking for permission to stay where they are. They scroll past and yell anything that threatens their position. So if you are still listening, you already stand apart. Liking this video is not approval. It is recognition. A signal that you see the terrain instead of fighting blind. Subscribing to the Machiavellian Codex is not loyalty. It is positioning. It means you choose to study power, leverage, and human behavior with clarity rather than illusion. This channel exists for those who want to understand the game before they play it. Not for comfort, not for motivation, but for precision. If that path aligns with you, stay. If not, Walk away without resentment. Both choices are intelligent.